actually be the third time I've shot this because for whatever reason, damn thing didn't tape. So last thing I said basically was that the third act of vandalism is a little bit called into question. Vandalism. God, I keep calling it vandalism. It's vigilantism. The third act of vigilantism is called into question here. He basically makes himself appear. The man is being beaten down, and he basically makes himself appear to be a victim. He looks like he looks like a. That's what I'm looking for. He looks like better prey. I guess is the word I'm looking for. Somebody that actually does have a lot more money than the person that they are beating down. So it does make a degree of sense. In a sense, he makes himself appear once again as the victim. And when they attack him, he uses that against them and is able to kill them with self-defense. This is very smart. Most vigilante movies I have seen, you have a guy who basically goes out and he finds people doing wrong and essentially kills them. In Death Wish, it's completely different. You have a man that creates a scenario and then punishes them for it and claims self-defense. So it's a very working here in effect. Now, you have a contradiction. You have a few contradictions to this philosophy. His son-in-law brings up a very good one. In his son-in-law's mind, a civilized man, when faced with his back against the wall, will cut and run. He believes in basically that he believes in the exact opposite of what Paul believes in. What Paul essentially believes in is that you must stand your ground. You have to stand your ground. If you're being attacked, if you're getting hurt in any sort of way, you have to stand your ground. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. You have to stand your ground. Whereas the son-in-law basically believes that you run. So you have a difference of philosophies here in play. You also have a third philosophy that's going in, which is the cops, which is basically, like I said earlier, the ends justify the means, pretty much. It's for the greater good. Now, this all comes to a head. We have the very end of the movie. The cop is told by the DA and his chief of police that they don't want him. Why? Well, it's very easily answered. They don't want him because if they arrest him, he becomes a martyr. And then it's very likely a lot of citizens will just pick up guns and start shooting any criminal that walks. The idea of having a vigilante still out there at large does create a certain amount of fear for the criminal element. So in this regard, it's a very smart move not to arrest this man. Instead, just get him out of the city. That way that if any acts of vigilantism occurs, they can just blame it on a non-existent vigilante. So in essence, it's a very smart move. Now, this movie does a lot of things, and it gets a lot of things done very well. It has terrific social commentary on. It has terrific social commentary on the time that it was made, where crime was a very big problem within the nation. We just had a president that had been corrupt. He just got voted out of office. People were very critical and not trusting of any type of government, including police. And, they're more likely to go out and commit crimes and such. And we would have this problem all the way through the 80s as well. So, for the time, it does have a great degree there. In fact, I just mentioned a minute ago with the DA and the chief of police, there's a great corruption there. If you're upholding the law, you shouldn't be doing that, but they do. So there is a degree of corruption there as well. Once again, it's commentary. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Give me 1 second. No. Okay, I'm good. Alright, so let's finish this out. This is the movie that really brought Charles Bronson to the head. It made him a star. Um, Prior to this movie, he was well known for The Great Escape, a fantastic movie. I do recommend. Um, The Magnificent Seven, which is okay movie. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's fun. However, this is also the movie that basically made Charles Bronson known as the vigilante. And pretty much every movie came out with him in it after this, he would be playing some type of vigilante in some shape or form. Be it a cop, be it a regular man, be it a hitman. It would be some variation of a vigilante, pretty much. He's pretty much typecast. Still an awesome actor, don't get me wrong. And in a lot of his movies I do enjoy, but it's very much typecasting. Now, there are 4 death wishes I know of. There might be 5. I've only seen 4. If there is a 5th one, I have not seen it. But the 4 I have seen. The first one is by far the best. The others are either good or terrible. None of them are just abysmal. None of them. But they really are just either good or okay or just outright terrible. The second one I actually think is just good. I don't think it's as great as the first one. An interesting note to have about this movie is that when it first came out, critics didn't like it. It was very negatively received. They slaughtered this film. Call it one of the most violent movies ever. They were pissed off. They didn't care for this movie at all. And it was basically a cult movie for a long time. And here in recent years, many critics have stated that they look back on this movie more favorably. So, we have a movie that basically didn't really get its due when it came out. However, the public likes it, so that's one thing. Now, so my final verdict on this movie, once again, as I stated at the very beginning, is a 4 out of 5. I do recommend it. If you get a chance, definitely watch this movie. Now, for what's coming up, I'm still finishing up the review for Batman: Assault on Arkham, the new DC animated movie. I also plan on eventually doing the rest of the DC movies. I own them all. I own most of them. There's a couple of them missing. And then another review I'm doing, and it's a new format we're going to go with on the show, and that is video games. I'm a huge time gamer, and I play lots of them. And the first video game I'm going to be looking at is actually one of the most complicated fucking stories I've ever seen in a game, and I'm going to try to tackle it. And that would be BioShock Infinite. And I am dreading that review. I am writing it as we speak. I am thinking about notes as we speak. And it's just a review I am dreading. But this is the show. I want to make sure that y'all know what you're in for. I do have new equipment. I will be putting them to use. I'm about to go back on the road. And I'll be putting them back into use again. I'll be putting them to use, and hopefully my quality of my videos will be a lot better. And lighting won't be as major an issue as it has been. In the meantime, this is the Renegade, and I do wish you a good night, and I hope that you have a nice day. So take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.